Okay, something that I wanted to show is the, if we look in the top left hand corner of the screen here, the use of GREP to search for strings. So we've got GREP, and the bit we're interested in there is a bit between the quotes. We've got a part here that identifies the start of the search string. Then we've got a part here that is a regular expression that identifies the search string after the initial search string on the left there. And then we've got a part on the right here that identifies the final part of the search string. So essentially we're searching for a first search string on the left, a second search string in the middle, and a third search string on the right. And this is very useful when we want to make searches within convoluted text. So this could be considered to be using grep to look behind the middle search string. Okay, so there's the middle search string there. So we're looking behind that, so we're going to that side as you look at it, that side as you look at it up there is going backwards in the text as we read. Normally we read left to right and going down. So to go to the left of the selected text there would be the look behind search. That's what that piece I've highlighted there is called. It's called the look behind. Then we've got the middle part, which is our search string in the middle there. And then on the right, we've got what would be considered to be the following text. So as we read, when we read left to right, we read that way and down, and then that way and down. And so that is the that's considered to be the look ahead. So we're isolating our text by a left part, or the look behind, a middle part, and a right part, or a look ahead. So three searches, three search terms that we're using here: the left part, the middle, and the right part, or terming those the look behind, the middle part, and the look ahead. So now the look behind, or the left part, can be a regular expression. In here I've got a apostrophe. That's all I'm using. That's all I'm selecting out here is an apostrophe. I'm saying find an apostrophe on the look behind, or the left part of our search term. Then on the right part, all I'm looking for here is an apostrophe as well. And then in the middle part, I'm using a regular expression looking for the letters NDSO space, and those in any combination between 1 and 6 letters, often alphabetic letters in any sequence. So now we could use, just to go over this outline text here, we could use sed if we wanted to do this, but I thought I wanted to make a small piece about using grep for searching, because I couldn't find anywhere on YouTube that clearly explained that in a search using grep, you generally, when you're searching for text in text, you generally use a look behind, your actual search term, and then a look ahead, or the left part, the middle part, and the right part. So that's very, such use of a look behind, a middle part, and a look ahead can be very useful particularly when we're looking through randomly jumbled text inside something such as a PGP key. Now, why you'd want to do that, I don't know, but it was the only example that came to mind that I could think of that was a very jumbled piece of text. The relevance there is a jumbled piece of text can be very convoluted. So let's just look at this again for a bit of clarity before we move on to an example. Here is the part that defines our look behind, or the left part. There it is. Here's the middle part. Now, then you've got your regular expression. So what that's saying is this is the first part of the look behind. And then we can put our search term or regular expression in there. And then this is saying that we put a regular expression in the middle part to select out that piece of text as well. And then this is the term here for the look ahead. Now, why a look ahead doesn't look something like that with an angle bracket, I don't know, because it would look a bit more symmetric, but it doesn't. It's I suppose it just says equals going forward. I suppose what it means is equals on the right side here, whereas the angle bracket there is kind of indicating that we're looking behind B. So the angle bracket here says we're looking behind our search term in the middle there, B, and the this question mark equals here is our right-hand term or look ahead, which is what we're saying we're going to search for after B. And that is C here. So we have a left-hand side, a middle and a right-hand side, or a look behind with its regular expression, then a regular expression in the middle, and then a look forward with regular expression. So we've got 3 regex in there, 1, 2, 3. And so this is left-hand side's a look behind from the middle, and the right-hand side is a look forward from the middle. That's why they're called look behind and look forward. And where A, the search pattern there, can be any regex, B can be any regex, or C can be any regex. And above, I've just inserted white space around A, B, and C for ease of viewing only. I hope that was obvious. So let's look at there's some more simple text there that simply helps, hopefully, it should help you understand what this whole look around means, a look behind or a look forward. What this whole look behind and look forward thing's about. So let's have a look at a variable 1 here. So I've made a sample piece of text variable 1, and we can just echo that to see it. So copy that, open a terminal, paste that in, and we can see here, there it is echoed on the screen. Echo var1 is equal to $var1. Okay, so then what we're going to do is say we're going to look for this text and so ANDS, so as I mentioned earlier, in any combination with white space as well, and between 1 and 6 letters. So to find that, it's actually got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, it's got to be 6 letters. So it's going to look behind that for a apostrophe, and it's going to look in front of that, or look ahead from the middle term here, and that look ahead is going to look for this apostrophe. So it's only going to look in there where I've highlighted. And in there we can find this. So we should see and so printed out when we add this line to our code we're pushing into the terminal. And then if we can also look at that by using a catch. So that's using a specific middle regex, and then using a catch-all middle regex, we use dot star. It's a bit, shouldn't really do that because we can end up, when we do that, getting results that we don't want. But it helps us make the point clear here. Again, the look behind or the left-hand side of what we want in the middle is the apostrophe. There's a middle there, our catch-all, dot star, and then there's a look ahead, the apostrophe on the right-hand side. So let's just run all that through the terminal and see what comes out. There we are, there's the result. So when we echo this, we get this and so coming out, and so that's using the specific middle regex, which is this one here. Remember, we're delimited by apostrophes on both our look behind and our look forward. There, oh, it doesn't include the bracket. Oh, I can't. There we are, apostrophe there and apostrophe there. So, and then using a catch-all middle regex, we get the same result. There's our catch-all. So in each case we get and so. So we'll do another slightly more complex example here. So we'll make var2 this string here, which is actually a meta tag from a LibreOffice document. They're just zip files. This all becomes very interesting if you want to do some interesting document preparation, because you can go into the unzip the documents on the fly, ODT files. You can unzip, that's the, if you didn't know, the format for is open document text. It's the format that's used in LibreOffice, and it's just a zip file, so you can unzip it and then you can change anything in there and then put it back together as a document. Anyway, that's what that is. It's a meta tag from within a LibreOffice open document text file. So let's just echo that to the terminal and just check that's all doing as it should. Yes, it is. There it is. There's our echo there. We're saying var2 is equal to echo var2 is equal to $var2. So that's fine. Now what we'll do is we're going to look behind for this text. So we're saying anything after meta generator there we want, because we're looking behind. So if we're in the middle here, we're going to look behind and check that we only start after start selecting after meta generator, because this is the text in the middle with our specific middle regex that we want to look at. Here it is. I've been a bit generous there, making that up to 200 characters long, but it's quite a long string. And there's lots of escaping going on there in that middle term. So we're looking for the middle term. We're looking to the left of it, or behind, sorry, for this meta generator tag contained by angle brackets. And then we're saying at the end that actually it's open-ended. Our look ahead's open-ended because we've defined nothing in our look ahead. There's no search term defined in there. Where the cursors, where I've placed the cursor there, there's nothing defined. So what's to stop it taking the whole, what's to stop it taking the end tag as well, which would be our look behind and is in the next example down there. Well, what stops us taking that is there's no left-hand angle bracket defined in our regular expression here. So it stops as it gets to the angle bracket. So that's our specific middle regex. And if we use a catch-all middle regex in the second term, we actually do define that look forward there. And because we've defined a look forward at the right hand side or end term, and we've defined a look ahead or look behind or left hand term to the left side of what we want to search, we can use a wildcard in the middle. Again, a wildcard's a bit generous and we can run into all kinds of problems when we do that, but it helps make the point in this case. So let's run that and see what we get. Okay, so we've got the we've said var2 is equal to this string, and we've said echo var2 is equal to $var2, and there it is. And then we've said echo using specific middle regex, and then we've echoed var2 here. We've echoed var2 through the pipe into grep, and we're using our look behind term or left hand regex or search term there. It's not a regex, it's just a search term. It could be a regex, of course. And then we're using a middle search term there, and then we've got nothing on our look forward there. But it's finding it because our regex has no angled bracket defined. And there it is. There's the output, and it's the output we expect. And then in the second catch-all middle regex, we've got a dot star in the middle, which is our middle or second of three possible regular expressions. We haven't used the regular expression, we just used specific text on the left hand side or the look behind, and we've used again specific text on the right hand side of the look forward, and again it produces the right result. I hope that's been really helpful to you and explains the concept of look behinds, look forwards, and the search term in the middle. Thank you.